could you tell us why you decided to live in this land? You chose because you were born in Orlando.
Yes, I'm born in Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia, the
Yes,
son of ambassador.
No, my parents were a doctor
Ah,
for the
doctors.
mission in
Ah,
Indonesia somewhere,
I see. So you were
together with my
born
mother. Yes,
I
I'm born
see.
there.
because Indonesia was territory
Yes, it
of
was ex-territory of
Holland,
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yes.
And then the whole family went to Africa.
Ah, yes.
And
I
then,
remember Africa.
10
Yes.
years
Yes.
old, we came back in Holland.
Holland. Yes.
There I did my study,
Yes.
and when I was 18 years, I decided to go to travel.
Yes.
And then during my travels,
Yes.
I thought for myself, my future, it
Yes.
should be in agriculture,
Ah,
growing
really?
herbs.
Ah,
So then I turned back in Holland and I did other study agriculture of biodynamic agriculture
yes.
for 3 years
Mhm.
in the Netherlands.
Yes.
And then I went to look in Europe
Ah.
somewhere for some land to start to grow herbs.
So you start from zero
I started from
Here.
zero.
here,
Yes,
right here.
Yes, in an abandoned house in
Yes.
a place that was abandoned for
Yes.
30 years.
Yes.
And then from zero we started just when the first year a small piece of field and then every year a bit
Little by
more
little.
and a bit more
Wow.
of things. And then
So-
we start after also to organize other farmers.
Yes.
And make a laboratory to make all this packing and yes, and to have also a lot of kinds of herbs
Yes.
because the main market for us are the shops in Italy,
Ah,
and the
I
shops
see.
are asking a lot of kind of herbs. So
You
then
decided to
we
increase.
start also to look for other growers and to look for other.
I see.
Other also outside Italy, for example, the spices we found in Vietnam, for
Yes,
example,
yes.
and so on.
I see. I see. So, I wanted. So, how many years have passed since your start right here?
Yes, it started in 82.
82.
So
That means
it
we are
was
now
in
2023.
23. It's about 40 years now.
It
yeah.
passed like this.
It
you
passed
say?
like this. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your the power of your herbs hub because
Yeah.
I remember when I was searching, herbs, aromatic herbs, it was very difficult to be convinced with the quality. But
Yes.
when I found yours,
Yeah.
I could feel the power of the plants.
Yes, I'm convinced that if you grow herbs, it has to be on a way most close to nature.
Yes.
So if you see also the fields, it's not so clean as normal farms, but there are a lot of wild herbs also together.
Yes.
And with this biodiversity,
Yeah.
I think also the herbs have another power.
Yes.
Also.
So it kind of stimulate each other.
Yes, like
Having in the harmony, maybe they have some stimulus.
all together in
All
the
together.
conservation,
I see.
but also the wild herbs. They have to how do you call it, to fight
Yes.
more for their place, and when they
I
fight
see.
more,
And
they have
in-
more power.
power.
Also.
So it's kind of stronger
Yes,
in a sense.
yes, stronger.
I
Yes.
see. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. That was
Yes,
my first time
and-
to have that kind of point of view. Thank you,
Yes.
Simon. You always give me some new frontier about the things.
About
So I'm also wanted to ask you, how come you chose macrodynamic agriculture? So
Yes,
Steiner.
it's a nice philosophy
Yes, from
because it's a
Steiner.
philosophy, you can call it holistic.
Holistic, yes.
Yes, holistic. It
Is-
includes everything.
Yes,
It includes also
everything.
the influence, for example, from the cosmic,
Mic,
from
yes.
the moon,
Yes.
from the planets,
Mm-hmm.
and that's also very interesting.
Mhm.
If you can try to understand this interaction
Yes.
between the Earth and
Yes.
also all the influence we're coming from cosmic.
Universe
No,
or
yes, from
yes,
the universe.
and from the
Yes.
also the land
Yeah, and
itself.
it's of course very difficult
But
to
it-
understand,
and-
but
You are
it's-
convinced.
the power
So-
is coming from there
Yes.
also. Yeah.
So young Simon was
Yeah.
convinced by this philosophy, but
Yeah.
when you start, you are even more convinced, I guess, about
Yes,
this
yes.
because you experimented, agriculture with this philosophy. You have to
Yes.
start from zero and you learn from doing. So now you are even more and more convinced, and now you are expert.
Convinced, yes, but the older I'm getting,
Yes.
I think also the less I understand. Because
I see.
It's so complicated, it's so difficult to understand
Uh-huh.
all the influence
Yes.
of.
I see.
It's not easy.
Mhm,
In
mhm.
40 years, I work with nature. I understand only
Yes.
that it's important to try to understand that everything around has
Yes.
some influence.
Yes.
So that's why it's so
I
complex.
see.
Huh? Everything that's standing
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
it's not alone.
Mhm.
It's
With
interaction from
yes,
this,
it's
from
surrounded
this, from this,
also from the sunlight.
there, and that's getting very complex to
It's-
understand.
And
huh?
because
Yeah.
our planet and the universe is like
Yes,
this,
yes,
so it's
yes.
huge.
Yes,
It's
so
impossible
yes,
thing to understand.
to understand well. So if you are working with this, I think you have to try to understand how they go well together,
Uh-huh.
and that's important to
I
try
see.
to understand this.
I see.
Like the biodiversity,
Yes.
to understand that everything has its own
Yes.
place,
Yes.
and
I see.
together it's really a nice power force. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's very interesting. So I love to thank you, Simon, for the wonderful products we can introduce.
Yes.
You have a mix to Japan, which
Yes.
has beautiful harmony of nature, and it really makes our Noble Days special.
Yes, you are welcome.
We
Yeah.
really appreciate that you are having this beautiful, landscape with this beautiful theme and a beautiful concept or philosophy
Yes.
to continue. And you have a second generation to follow.
And,
That's a great thing.
and thank you too, Morimi. We are very happy to sell our products also in some small places in Japan. Yeah.
Yes, we've
It's
been
nice.
working for.
This is also
around
part of the interaction.
Yes, yes, that's very true.
Yeah.
And it's almost 15 years have passed.
It's almost 15 years. Yes. Very well.
Woo! Thank you,
Yeah.
Simon.